So we saw a YE that saw WBO lightweight champion Abdullah Mason hold last minute replacement Albert Bell in a 12 rounder even Halts. Stoppage was a bit premature, but for me, I think it was written on the wall, wasn't it? Because Abdullah Mason came out like a train, didn't he, in that final round, because he had that mentality of needing the knockout to win, don't get door to points, and that's what he did. He was all over Albert Bell. Albert Bell was dropped twice in the first 30 seconds, so maybe it wasn't premature. Maybe the writing was on the wall, because Albert Bell looked fucked, didn't he? Looked fucked and tired, and just trying to survive that final round as well. But I even think the first knockdown for Mason won it for him. I think that won it for him in the end, and then it was just a writing on the wall, wasn't it? It was just all over him. Got stoppage, and this was not a pretty performance, was it? Not the best performance I've seen from Mason, but I think that's all credit to Albert Bell. And this is what we're saying with the last minute replacements in boxing. I just don't think Abdullah Mason prepared well for Albert Bell, because he was more preparing for Chotordina, but then obviously that carry on happened with Chotordina, so maybe that's something to do with it. Abdullah Mason didn't really prepare well for Albert Bell, but at the end of the day, Abdullah Mason still ended up getting the win, didn't he? Still ended up getting the win, and it shows his adaptability, doesn't it? But Albert Bell, in the first half of the fight, he was being very effective, wasn't he? The amount of Kinson, the amount of Kinson on Abdullah Mason that he did to Abdullah Mason, which was affecting Abdullah Mason as well. Obviously, Abdullah Mason definitely had the second half of the fight, and then obviously got the job done in the end in that final round as well. So in terms of what next for Abdullah Mason, William Zepeda fight potentially. That's a potential fight. Obviously the WBA is pretty much vacant, isn't it? Pretty much vacant. I know Tant is a champion in resets, but if that's pretty much vacant, that belt, because we don't know if Tant's ever done come back to boxing, if I'm being honest with you, with his personal issues. You got the WBO. The WBO obviously is obviously vacant as well. The WBO is vacant, with obviously Tayshaun Davis moving up to super lightweight as well. Super lightweight, so potential unification fight there with Raymond Moratella as well, potentially. This could be the fight to make, I see, the Moratella fight, a potential unification fight as well. So they're the options next for Abdullah Mason, and obviously elsewhere we saw Bruce Townsend expected he beat Rene Palacios by another decision to retain the WBC featherweight title. By completely outboxing Palacios all the way through for me. Complete shutout performance for me. Maybe Palacios probably won the final 3 rounds, but doesn't really matter, does it? It was still a complete shutout performance from Townsend. Despite Bruce Townsend was dropped, but that was from the shot on the back of his head, and that don't really count in boxing really sometimes. So, but then it wasn't pretty worse at all. But it was job done from Townsend with his jab, mainly his jab being the key part to win the fight. But my point still stands on Bruce Townsend. I think he's too basic. I think he's bang average, if I'm being honest with you. And he's nowhere near the best featherweight in the world, in my opinion. Rafael Espinosa would steal him, in my opinion. Espinosa is the best featherweight in the world. in my opinion. I think Inoue would beat Townsend if Inoue moved up to featherweight as well. I think a few other fighters in the featherweight division would beat Townsend, in my opinion. I just don't rate him at all. But fair play to him. He's became an e-mail champion in terms of WBC. But for me, he's not nowhere near the best featherweights in the world, in my opinion. And once he steps up against someone who will beat him, he'll get stilled, in my opinion. And against Rafael Espinosa beats him easily, in my opinion. Well, not beat him easy, but he beats him convincingly, in my personal opinion. So, yeah, but that is my bottom review to Abdullah Mason Holton. Last minute replacement Albert Bell in the 12th round to retain the WBO lightweight title. And also Bruce Townsend retain his WBC featherweight title. So, feel free to leave your thoughts down below on both fights down below in the comments. And I'll see you all next week for more bottom previews and a bottom review as well.